Eternal Soldier here, and I am back to talk about Star Trek Lower Decks, Season 2, Episode 5, and my thoughts on this episode. Not a great episode, but not a bad episode either. I actually did like the character development between Mariner and Boimler. There was a good chase scene in this, even though it makes no sense in Star Trek terms, but to be honest, if anything in this show entertains me, it's a fucking win at this point. For me, it's just a win, because god damn it is hard to get through these episodes. And it's even harder to review them because there's not a lot of passion anymore to take a shit on this show. God. All I'm asking for is be entertained now. Just give me something to at least feel like, yeah, I could watch this once and that be done with it. But it's still a long way to go before I think even one of these episodes is going to be Star Trek level. But this episode, it wasn't that bad. But still, could have been better. But yeah, I'm going to go into spoilers now. If you don't want to hear my spoilers, leave now. So, the episode starts off with, the captain, around the captain's table where they have a duplicate person. I think this is them making new species up so they can take the piss out of it later. So this person, basically, if he becomes self-conscious or he feels like people don't like him, he's going to duplicate and, split into two people, and it will continue to happen on and on. So that's a danger to the ship. So the entire crew have had to be nice to this person all the time he's been on the ship, and the crew are kind of really sick of it. But what I don't get with this is, so this person is a danger to your ship. Either way, he's a danger. Wouldn't there be some sort of system to, like, if he does start duplicating, why not put him in a shuttle or something? Why not put him in some sort of protection field? I don't know. Like, there must be a better way to deal with this person other than if he feels like he's not liked, he's going to start duplicating to 100 fucking people. So the main story in this episode is just dealing with this duplicate person, and I thought it was just ridiculous. And really, the solution, like, nobody swore at him before, nobody called him an arsehole before. Like, again, this guy's duplicating in the fucking hundreds, and nobody's gonna say, would you just fucking stop it? Like, anyway, that's how that story ends. It's pretty much the captain realises if you're trying to be nice to this person, he's just going to keep duplicating. But if you're an arsehole to this person, fucking, it'll stop duplicating and go back to being one person. So pretty much this episode trying to tell you, be a cunt to people, and that may help them. That's the lesson I got from the duplicates part of this episode. But now to the real story, which is Boimler and Mariner. So Boimler and Mariner are, well, cleaning up rooms because that's their job. Boimler wants to go to this event on this star base because it's the go-to place for Starfleet's best captains. So obviously he wants to get there so he can somehow, talk his way onto another ship, even though what I don't get with the Boimler thing is, we spent like 2 episodes in the beginning with Boimler being pissed off that he's on the Titan, and the fact that Riker wants to do all this shit, put his ship in danger, and Boimler was just moaning like a little bitch. And now he's gone back to Cerritos, and now he's like, I want to go back to the Titan, I want to go back and do all this stuff, even though we've seen Boimler on the other ship being a little bitch about it. So I don't get it with Boimler. It's like, do you want to be a Starfleet officer, or do you just want to be a lower decker? I mean, it doesn't make sense. They're trying to make... And I think the reason they're trying to make this kind of storyline is because they want Boimler and Mariner to have this, well, discussion about their lives together, because Mariner in this episode reveals that she's still pissed off that Boimler left her for the Titan. Even though he should never apologise for it, he ends up apologising to Mariner for, trying to have a career, which I just think is stupid. And I do think that this episode, the one thing I did like was the fact they finally did have the talk about going back, being about Boimler going to the Titan, and I did kind of get where Marina's coming from. She opens up to Boimler, and he decides to leave for his career. But at the end of the day, Marina should understand that he didn't leave her. He just wants to have a career, where she just wants to stay as a lower decker. Like, he wants to see himself in the captain's chair. She doesn't. Even though everybody knows that the person who's definitely going to become a captain is Marina, and that's not because she's skilled or nothing. That's because the writers are going to make her that one day, which is stupid. Again, Marina has potential. She has potential. If they just get the fucking cuntish stuff out of her, the being the best at everything out of her, then she would actually be a good character. Give her some goddamn flaws other than she's just an annoying person most of the fucking time. And that's probably why Boimler and her get along so well, because Boimler's the same, an annoying arsehole. But anyway, so Mariner has the idea to sneak into the party, because apparently Boimler's clone is apparently the best fucking officer in Starfleet now. Don't know how that happened, but I mean, if his clone can do all that, why can't Boimler do the same thing? Anyway, so Boimler agrees to the plan. They head to the starbase. When they get there, Mariner is pretty much known there, because obviously Mariner's known at this important starbase as this important party. Obviously Mariner's been known there. And it turns out she knows this gun salesman, or this gun dealer, and she's pretty much put him in prison once because they worked together, and that's just what Mariner is. Someone you just don't want to trust. And she asks him where the party is, because it's a secret party. I mean, again, why is it a secret party? I have no idea. I mean, saying it's exclusive. I mean, they have a bouncer on there. They probably have security. It's really stupid to say we had to have this episode be Mariner trying to find a fucking party, even though when they eventually do find out where the party is, it's pretty much the place where they had the party anyway. It was a stupid part of the episode, because Mariner agrees to take a bunch of data bubble baths to some place for this arms dealer, and it turns out he wants to put Mariner in prison, because again, when I say they keep bringing up better Star Trek, they bring up City Alpha 6, and oh my god, why are you bringing that up? Can you just do your own shit, Mariner? Writers, why are you bringing it up? It's not funny, it's fucking annoying. Because they then have this whole thing about, you abandoned me on a barely livable planet, and Mariner's just saying, oh yeah, I'm sorry. It's not funny, it's just annoying. But anyway, Mariner agrees to take the bubble bath for him. Turns out it's a trap, because he tells Starfleet security on the base that they have weapons on them. It turns out underneath the bubble bath is a bunch of Klingon disruptors. And then we just get this great chase scene. And I will admit it, I loved the chase scene. It was pretty fun to watch. Even though it makes no fucking sense to have a bunch of vehicles on a fucking starbase when you have transporters. That's why cars don't make sense in Star Trek. You don't need them. You literally have transporter technology. You can transport anywhere and everywhere. I know they're trying to have this whole buggy shit because Patrick Stewart wanted to have that stupid scene in his film, but yeah, it's a stupid scene. It doesn't make any sense to Star Trek. But you know what? I'll give it that. It's entertaining to watch. It was entertaining to watch. Yes, the whole trope about Mariner being able to drive and doing all this shit. I mean, again, someone's going to say, oh, what do you mean she know how to drive? It's like, how would she know how to drive when cars would literally be obsolete at this point? That would be literally like everybody knows how to ride a horse. Like, no, because when cars came in, horses became, old technology. Cars became the dominant technology, and then when we had transporter technology, they had become the dominant technology. So just to say how if someone gets pissed at me saying, how does Marion know how to drive? I'm just being honest. It kind of doesn't make sense. If most people don't know how to drive anyway. I'll be surprised if Boimler was driving too. Anyway. But, again, the whole... And this is not really the writers in this show's fault. It is Patrick Stewart's fault. Because he... Again, he just wanted to be a superhero. Not a super... An action hero in Star Trek. And it just didn't make sense. Patrick Stewart, you're a fucking twat. Anyway, but I did enjoy the scene. But Mariner manages to escape because there's a lot of great tricks with the car. They do end up crashing into a river, and then Mariner just threatens the arms dealer, and he tells her where the party is. Turns out it's where all the parties are taking place on this base, so it wasn't really a secret party. Boimler and Mariner head to the party, and when they get there, Boimler's let in, but Mariner can't go in. And then Boimler and Mariner have a fight about who abandoned who, but they manage to fix this later because Boimler goes into the party but realises he wants Mariner to come with him. So he leaves the party, finds Mariner at this bar, and then the bartender, and then Mariner and Boimler talk about each other and say, you know, you're my number one, no, you're my number one, no, you're my psychic. Basically, that's what they were saying to each other. The bartender comes over and tells them, you're not the only two people who's ever been kicked out of that party. Turns out Spock and Kirk were kicked out of that party too. And yeah, it is a stupid thing to have in the episode. But I did kind of like it, just saying that, you know, maybe Mariner and Boimler will be the same as Kirk and Spock. It's bullshit, but it did kind of make the ending of the episode a bit fun to watch. And then that's the end of the episode. Oh, should I bring up Rutherford and Tendi? Because, yeah, they're in this episode. Pretty much, Rutherford is still pissed about losing his memory and all that shit. And then Tendi just helps him to, you know, be happy with himself. And that's their story. Watch the episode, trust me. That's all they did. It's just Tendi helping Rutherford again with something stupid. That's all them two do in this show. In all of these episodes. It's just Tendi and Rutherford helping each other kind of figure out what's wrong with the other one. They don't really do anything special. I think Tendi does stuff from time to time, but they're just two dead characters. This show is just too focused on Boimler and Mariner. But, yeah, that's the end of my review. If you like this review, give it a like. If you dislike this review, give it a dislike. And if you do like my content, please do think about subscribing. Hell found a mess, long live CG, and fuck SJWs. Bye.